I'm Richie Lewis reporting for Cadred.org. I'm here with one of Team Russia, the great limper, and as a translator, our very own Mad Lee, George, is going to help us out. So, first question, it must be very disappointing to come all the way from Russia. I know it's not a short journey to get to Denmark, and then sort of, you know, fall at the second group stage. Is this made you disheartened, sad, upset, or are you feeling kind of positive about the experience?
Ну, во-первых, я с ним согласен, то, что чемпионат разочаровал нас, итог чемпионата, да?
Yeah, he agrees with you. They are pretty disappointed with the championship results.
Но мы хотим отметить плюсы в том, то, что мы первый раз с таким составом собрали, да, это микс, по сути.
So there are like positive sides of this, because like this was their first time this mix of players get to play on the event of this scale.
У нас два игрока не имели опыта Евроланов.
Yeah, and two players like never played on Eurolans before.
Я думаю, то, что если мы останемся вместе и будем работать, и будем тренироваться, мы сможем показать свой уровень, настоящий свой уровень.
I think that if we keep together and we continue our work, we'll build up a teamwork, we'll improve, and we will show our real skill.
Well, it's interesting that you talk about staying together. I think a lot of people didn't realise this was a real team. I think people thought it was a mix and that you guys were all retired. And I'm saying you guys, include some of you guys just off shot here, the rest of the team, a tight unit. But, you know, what made you come back to play? First of all, is the question, after such a long time kind of not being serious.
Единственная мотивация к тому, чтобы вернуться обратно в Counter-Strike, это то, что это именно Евроланы.
So what Limper says, his only motivation to play Counter-Strike Source, to come back, was the opportunity to play in Europe and to compete with the Europeans on LANs.
В России как бы мы доказали все то, что мы обыгрываем всех, у нас нет оппозиции. И нам нужно именно вот европоездки, евроланы, чемпионаты в Европе, как бы нам нужны именно игры в Европе.
So they proved everything they could in Russia. They don't need to prove anything anymore. They want everyone. They don't have any real opposition. I mean, and what they really need is to be able to travel to European lands to prove themselves there.
Well, it's funny you say you don't have any opposition. I had Neff. There we go. I had him messaging me all the time on Steam, saying how he wanted you guys to, you know, not do very well, and he was pleased when you lost, and he feels that his team's the best in Russia. I mean, is that not a fair shout? Is his team not considered competition in your eyes, or you know, maybe talk a little bit about that?
Их команда не считается?
Я понимаю. Мне трудно что-то говорить про Нефа, потому что он просто ребенок. У него нет опыта, у него нет представления о том, как творится как бы вещи в Counter-Strike, как бы он просто ребенок, который рейджит. Все.
So, what Limper wants to say that he can't really say, he can't really give any comments on Neff's behavior, because what he says that the Neff is a kid with no experience in Counter-Strike Source or whatsoever. All his comments are just youth rage, and well, it's like all basically his problem. So we can't comment on that really. He's just a kid, just a teenager.
Just no comments about
Neff.
Well, what about his team though? Do you think his team is competition? Do you think they're a good team, or do you think your team is still the best in Russia?
У них вся проблема в команде, в которой играет Неф и другие молодые ребята, в том, что у них они очень морально нестабильны, они ссорятся друг с другом, и именно поэтому у них нет будущего.
So the real problem with the teams that Nef plays in, and with the team he plays in now, they don't have this like moral spirit and like this psychic stability. And they have this constant argument with each other, and what makes us think that they don't have a real future in
Они
competitive
никогда не
source.
станут командой, именно командой.
They will never be the real team, like in a team sense.
Well, the next question I want to talk about is sponsorship and first of all, how you guys made it here and how that was possible, but also how are you going to get to other events in the future? I mean, do you have sponsors lined up?
Я понял. У нас сейчас появился альтруист, который готов вкладывать деньги в нашу команду, да, в сборную, в поездки, за что ему огромное спасибо. Я очень разочарован тем, что мы так выступили, да, и я надеюсь, что мы в будущем докажем ему своей игрой то, что мы готовы к следующим поездкам, и он вложит в нас деньги, и мы съедем на следующие ланы и покажем свой уровень.
So right now what we have like one very altruistic person who is ready to invest, and he invests his own money in the team, and we thank him for that. We really appreciate that, and we're really disappointed with our results, and we hope that we can prove with our future results that we deserve that money that were invested in the team, and we hope we really can do better in future.
Another thing I want to ask a little bit about is kind of, the new kind of breed of Russian players, because everyone knows Limper, everyone knows Alone, everyone knows Com. Those guys, considered greats, I think, in terms of domestic within Russia. You've got some new players in the team, like in Fuchs, for example, I thought had a good tournament. Are you helping develop Russian talent? Are these friends of yours? Where did you find them?
Проблема русских талантов началась с НПКЛ. Это наш крупный чемпионат, который как бы возвысил самооценку русских игроков и не позволил им развиваться, расти дальше. Из-за этого у нас происходит деградация нашего Counter-Strike, и наш Counter-Strike держится в основном на старых игроках, которые имеют опыт игры в Европе.
So, there is a problem with this new breed of players you're talking about. Well, it started all with we started all with NPCL championship. Well, they made them it made them think that they are really something when they weren't.
Like a pro
And they
Sort of like CGS.
yes, and it really spoiled them. So, in Limper's opinion, it is the old players who are the core of CSR's community in Russia, who are really the most able players in community, and the new players are really spoiled by those NPCL thing and by the maybe false prospects it gave them.
Right, well, I want to ask a little bit about as well, what are you guys going to do in the immediate future? I know you've got to get yourselves home and sort of compose yourselves, but I mean, how soon can we see you at another European event?
В ближайшее время я думаю, что мы немного отдохнем от игры, потому что у нас тяжелая обстановка из-за меня, потому что у меня очень много работы, реальная жизнь отвлекает. Но если будет турнир уровня CPH или уровня ESVC, я надеюсь, что мы обязательно подготовимся и очень хорошо выставим на нем.
Right now, what the guys are gonna do, they're gonna go home and have some rest, because they really, they really invested a lot of their own strength into preparation, into the game, and they're gonna rest some from the game, and after that they will get back to training. And if the prospect of big championships like ESWC occur, so with this prospect they will start training more, they will start another preparation phase, and they hope they will have the opportunity to go there and prove themselves.
Okay. Well, final thing, I know we've had lots of Russian users that we don't often see on Cadred come out and support the team. Do you have any kind of final words that you'd like to say to kind of all the fans that have supported you in Russia, kind of on this European adventure?
Ну, единственное, что хочется поблагодарить тех людей, которые поддерживали нас не только в моменты наших побед, но и в тяжелых ситуациях, как и русских болельщиков, так и тех, кто в Европе переживал за нас. Хочется поблагодарить всех. Нам это действительно помогало. Жаль, что мы не оправдали их надежды.
So we really want to thank those guys in the Russian community that were cheering for us. Especially want to thank those that were cheering for us in the moments that in the hard moments when we were losing and when it wasn't everything like sunny for us. But we also want to thank those guys in the European community that really cheered for us, our fans, and we're sorry we couldn't come up with expectations and live up to the hopes. But we hope we will prove ourselves next time, and we will work on that. And we thank you for the support.
Well, thanks a lot. It's been great talking to a group of Russian legends, and these guys included too. And to all the people out there on cadred.org, stay tuned to the website. We've got semi-finals coming, finals coming for everything that's going on. Hopefully I'm going to be still awake to cover it all, so stay tuned.